Hey, good evening. Frank, please confirm if you can hear me. Good evening. And confirm if it is loud enough. Can you hear me? If you're online, you can just drop a comment, just say hi. Just say hi, just say hi. Oh, whoa, 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 Frank, yeah, exactly. That is it. So I think we're good, right? There won't be issues of somebody not hearing properly. Uh, I think another person is online. If you're online, just say hi. Let me know. Uh, as soon as you're online, just say hi so that I can know you're online. Um, okay, so I would be continuing from where we stopped. I'm really open to. Uh, I'm really open to. You know, I'm really hoping to see how to wrap up with Python. But then I understand that we need to be very careful too, even though we're trying to rush things. But then the truth is, the most important thing is to make sure that the little we did, we understand, right? So that is one thing I'm trying to also be careful about because I want to make sure that even if we are trying to rush, we still understand what we're doing. The truth is, probably some people here already even knows Python. So for those kind of people, it's not going to be a problem at all. So, but for somebody that has not done Python before, uh, it's going to take some like one more like a whole week of lecture to even grasp the basics of Python. So, and the aim is to actually learn the basics so that we can, once we learn the basics, we can be sure that everything is fine. And because as cloud engineers, we would need Python. And you know, understand now to start working with Python. And of course, we've done something about Python, right? So it's actually, you see how very, very smooth Python is. Okay, so I'll be starting at exactly 7:40. So I'm just using start to wait for like 1 minute before I start, just to be able to wait for some people. So we're starting in 1 minute, exactly 1 minute. Okay, because I also don't usually want the stream to be too long, so that every one of us can easily, when we see it, we don't get scared and say, "Oh my God, how many hours will I use here?" Even though it's controllable, even though you can increase the speed to maybe times 1.5. It's English you are speaking now, so everybody should be able to pick it very fast, right? All right, so we're starting right away so that we can move forward. Okay, so welcome every one of us on the chat. And let's just go ahead to start. Okay, so last week we talked about, uh, we stopped at Python, and honestly, we stopped at, I think, variable. Let me check again. Variables. Uh, let me check. Yeah, we stopped at variables, and then I think we were going to, we talked about variable names also. We talked about the, we talked about the variable name of, uh, let me see again, the multi-word variable name, which is a camel case. Pascal case and snake case. I remember that very vividly. We also talked about assigning multiple values to one, so just like unpacking a collection. Then we finally talked about the output variables, and that's literally where we stopped last week. So we'll be going next straight to global variable. Global variable. All right. So when we go get to global variable, we start getting a bit technical. So just get set to explore the world of Python. So let me start sharing my screen now. Okay, so please let me know if you can see my screen. Should I'm expecting a response. You can see my screen. Just say yes. I can see your screen. You should be seeing YouTube Cloud Computing Studio. I should be seeing the chat box. If you can see that, okay, Edmond can see my screen. Thank you. All right, that's okay. Thank you so much. All right, so let's continue. And please, Edmond, also confirm from your side that it is loud. Um, confirm that it is properly loud so that, because Franca just said it is loud. I need one more person to let me know if it is loud enough. Okay. Loud and clear. Thank you, Edmond. Thank you for that. All right. So let's move ahead. So Python global variables. Now, one thing I want us to quickly understand is that uh, we need to be open-minded when it comes to learning, and we should also know that it is not hard at all, and you can easily get whatever, because anything you see online, it means that somebody knows it. So of course, there's nothing difficult, right? All right. So when we say global variable, we're saying that variables that are created outside a function. So I would talk about function, right? Uh, but then before we talk about function, let's just talk about global variable. Let's see how to merge it. If we don't get it, but I feel we would not get it very well, then I'll have to get to function first, right? Before talking, but we should get it anyway. So global variable can be used by anyone, uh, both inside of a function and outside. So creating a variable outside a function and use it inside the function. So now, if you understand what we mean by that, let me quickly open my VS Code so that I can quickly demo that. That's always the go-to way to easily do all these things and do it very fast. Um, wow. Okay, very good. Okay, so let me quickly copy that. We have something here to ponder upon, so that I can quickly use it to explain a global variable. Now, look at this block of codes. Look at this s equals awesome. S equals awesome was a variable created, meaning that the value s is holding is awesome. And the data type is what? What's the data type of s? Somebody help me in the chat box. Um, at least if you did last week, you should already know what type of data type is X. So you can tell me in the chat box, right? Okay, so I'll be waiting for somebody to just tell me S is so 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 and so data type. All right, and then you see def, then you see my function, see open uh bracket, close bracket, you see colon, and then the next line you see print, open, then you see Python is, then um you see Python is, then you can see that there's a little gap here, and then you see plus, and then you see X. Remember, the value of X is what? Awesome. So, but then, oh, thank you, Edmond, thank you, Franca. Yeah, string. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so you guys are following really. All right, so S is string, yeah. So look at what we did here. It says that uh, the function says print Python is plus S. If you remember last week, we did concatenation of string. So what we just did right now is, remember S is a string which was defined outside the function. This is the block of the function right here. This is the function block. That is a block of the function. So, and inside this function, the only thing we did was to just say print, we reference this stuff that was, used here. That was, let's say used now. That was declared up here. So, meaning that the reason why it's a global variable is because even though it was outside, it was declared here, right here, it was still being used in the block of the function. So that's why it's called global variable. It also means that another function, if I write another function now on this same line of code, it can still use this. I don't know if we get that, but if we get it, let me know. That's why it's global. That is, it can be accessed by other, parameters right in the, and then right in the Python, and then you see my function, and then they call the function. So as it is now, what this is going to print out is going to be Python is awesome, right? Your guess is as good as mine. So let's quickly run the script. This is say um, Python, and then we'll say script dot py, right? Dot py, and then we'll say enter. You can see Python is awesome. Yeah. So that's obviously what is going to run. So meaning that this means that if you actually look at it very well, you see that we can actually, this X that we declared here, we can declare it inside this place. Like before we say print, you can actually declare it right up here before saying print. So if we declare it inside the function, it might not be accessible. Might not be accessible. Let's see what they say here. It said if you create a variable with the same name inside the function, do you see now? This variable will be local. You see now. So at least today now you've known local global variable, and then you know local variable. So you see you can only and can only be used inside the function. So the global variable with the same name will remain as it was. Global and with the original value. So let's quickly do an example. Create a variable inside the function with the same name as the global variable. So let's do it. Let's see what happens. If you already know what the answer will be, you can tell me on the chat box. And then I think one person is also online aside Franca and Edmond. Please say hi. If you are online, just say hi, please. Aside Franca and Edmond. If you're online, just say hi. Let me see. Let's be sure who is online. All right. So let's quickly run this, and you see what I mean by local and global variable. Now, at least we've already said that this is a global declaration, right? This is a global variable. And then look at what we mean by local. It was declared inside the function. Like I said, this is the block of a function. So it was declared inside the function. And so, meaning that we are now trying to see which of them will it take. Will it take the global variable? Like, I mean, this output now, the function is supposed to print Python is maybe awesome or fantastic. If it picks the local, it will be fantastic. If it picks the global, it will be awesome. So who is telling us what will happen? The answer will be fantastic. Okay, Franca said the answer will be fantastic. Oh, does anybody have any other opinion before we see before we see the miracle now? Okay. Oladimeji, I'll be all right. Good to have you. Good to have you on the live stream. Okay, so you're welcome. So we said the answer, Franca said the answer will be fantastic, right? If you have another, suggestion or opinion, you can say it in just few seconds before I run the code. Let me see if anybody else is saying something. Let's see. Who else is saying something about that? Franca said, fantastic. Okay, all right. I think that let's just run it. Let's see what the answer is, right? All right. So let's quickly run the script and then boom. Look at what happened. So now, what happened is that if you check very well, you'd see that. Um, Look at this. You'd see that. So Franca was actually correct because if not because of this new line, Franca will be correct. But look at it very well. Do you see what happened right here? What happened is that inside the function, the function took the value of the local variable, which is this. While outside the function, when this is calling the function, so we actually don't need this to run before we get a print, right? So if we had just called the function from here, Franca is obviously very correct. So it's going to pick the local because the local is the closest to it. So, but then look at this now. Then another one outside here. Somebody will have think that maybe this one too will now pick the local, but no, it will not. It will get the value of the global variable because this X you're seeing here, it is local because it will only be functional inside the function. But once you're outside the function, it picks the value of the global variable. Did we get that? Did we get that? Did we get that? Okay, I'm seeing another person online aside Oladimeji Alabi. If you just join us, just say hi. Just say hi so that I can know the person online. At least I know Franca is online. I know Edmond is online. I know Oladimeji is online. So if you're online right now, you can just say hi. At least that's the least, right? Okay, so or just drop emoji, anyone you like, right? Okay. So did we get that though? Please, if you get it, just say I get it, I get it. Uh if you get what we just did now, or what just happened now to those functions, if you get it, let me know if you get what just happened now. You can now differentiate between a global variable and a what? A local variable. Let me know if you got it. If you got it, say I get it, I get it. If you don't get it, say I don't get it. If you just join, just say hi. We'll know that you just joined. I'm waiting for I'm waiting for our responses. Okay, Franca got it. Franca got it. So yeah, obviously you get it because you already got it from the start. All right. Another person. I need at least one more person to tell me, give me a response. You get it or not? Let me know so that I can know to move on. Okay, Edmond got it. Yeah. All right. If any other person does not get it, please you can easily drop it. Drop your comment so that I can know if we are all good, right? All right. So let's go ahead. So now you already understand now what it means, and the difference between global and what and local variable. All right, let's move on to the next one. I don't want us to waste time at all. So now look at this. It says now there is a miracle we can now do now. That Python is so flexible and I love it. Look at it. It said normally when you create a variable inside a function, that variable is local. Now look at it, the global keyword. So once you do a magic now, so and can only be used inside that function. To create a global variable inside a function, you can use the global keyword. Do you see now? So If you use the global keyword, then the variable belongs to the global scope. Do you see? So it is this is another very amazing. So you can instead of, for example, now before saying, you can just say global and then you say x. We say global x inside this function and then you declare x. What do you think will happen now? We should get Python is fantastic. Python is fantastic. Should we try it? Should we try it? Python is fantastic. Python is fantastic. All right, let's try it. I hope we don't miss it. Do you see right there? Python is fantastic. Python is fantastic because it will obviously, like I said, the I think the first video where we talked about Python, I told us something that we learned that Python respects the last command. So if I say S is awesome and then I declare another S, it will obey the last S. So since we already made the S inside the function global, it means that it's already competing with this global variable outside here. So, and it is the last one that was declared. So obviously, both are going to take fantastic. Just your guess is just as good as mine, right? All right. So if you get that too, please let me know if you get that too. All right. So let's see another one. So also use the global keyword if you want to change a global variable inside a function. Yeah, okay, yeah. So we've already said that. We just did that now. So what they're just saying is this was the global variable before. If you want to now change it to this, just make sure that you declare a new variable global. So which we have already experimented. All right. That was sweet, right? So let's go to exercises. Let's see. Exercise. Is there an exercise here? Okay, these are exercises. All right. I don't think we should dwell much on this, right? I will just um I will just probably give us an assignment, right? So uh I'll be probably be dropping it out after the class. All right, Edmond, you got it. Thank you so much for the response. I hope Franca got it, and then I hope Oladimeji also got it. All right. So you would drop I would be dropping an assignment after the call. So let's not use that to do it ourselves. Let's move straight to Python data types. Okay, so Python data types, we already studied it. We already started talking about it, so we won't get ourselves bored with repeated information, right? So see, I even save us more time. I actually love the fact that we are saving time right now. So we have Python data type, we have built-in data types. In programming, data type is an important concept. Variables can store data of different types, and different types can do different things. So has the Python has the following data types built in by default. So in these categories, we have text type of string, we have float, we have integer, we have complex, we have under sequence type, we have list, we have tuple, we have range. We will still look at all this. Under mapping type, we have dictionary, we call it dict. Under set type, we have set and frozen set. Under boolean type, we have uh, bool. Those are keywords. Note um, they're actually data type that are inbuilt, that Python recognizes them. Then in binary types, we have bytes, we have byte array, we have memory view, and then non-type, we have non-type. All right, so don't worry. Somebody will say, which one is non-type again? Don't worry, as we proceed, you would actually understand what I mean by non-type. All right, don't let me start telling us everything so that we can understand sequentially, right? So now you can get the data type of any object using the type function. We've already done this before, so I wouldn't do that again. How to get data type, we already did that. So setting the data type, let's go look at this table. You can see x equals to hello world. So obviously it's a string. Well, we know that is this double quote. I also said that it doesn't have to be double quote. It can also be single quote. So it will still work. Double quote will work. Single quote will work. So I would also tell us when double quote and single quote might be used, at the same time, and we having the understanding of the differences is what will make the difference. Let me give you an example of when double quotes and single quotes can be used at the same time. All right, let me quickly run that from here. Now, look at this. Look at this. Let's just say print, right? Let's quickly print this. Let's say now one quote, I would say, I like, I like, look at what I'm doing on Python. Now look at what I wrote. I used a single quote outside and I used a double quote inside. Do you see that? So let's see the output first so that you get what I'm trying to do, so that you would see how it can also be used the same way, like simultaneously together, right? Let's see, let's run it. Did you see? I like Python. You can see that the Python is in double quotes. So what we just did here is that instead of using double quotes, because you cannot, for example, now look at this, print, and then I now say double quotes. Look, and I say I like, then I now use another double quote again, and I say Python. Do you see now? Do you see what is happening? You can see he's already complaining. Python is already telling me that, what are you trying to do? He said, look at what he said. He says, was not closed. You can see, like, Python is confused. Python is so confused. Like, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? Why am I seeing double quotes outside, double quote inside? Which one is string? Which one is not? Which one? Do you understand? So these are scenarios where so if I try to print this now, look at what happens. Did you see? Did you see? Error. Did you see? It tells me that line 2. Did you see? It says invalid syntax. Perhaps you forgot a comma. You can see. So so Python is confused. Not even understand what I'm trying to do anymore. So but then you can see the stuff we did up there. So meaning that these are the instances where you have to just combine both when you're trying to still use double quotes in the string you're trying to declare. You can use a single quote. Do we get that? Then the same way, if you use, for example, now I can do outside double quotes outside, and then inside I can do a single quote inside. Do you see now? This also works, but you know that the output will be I like Python, and the Python will be single quotes. Let's run this. Let's see what we're talking about. You see now, I like Python. You can see how we interchange it. If you get what I did now, please let me know if you got what we are trying to illustrate. Uh, did we get it? Trying to let us, know the difference that even though we can use both single quotes and double quotes, there's a way you can use both of them together in a particular, you know. So because if I got somebody might be like, okay, when you're trying to write a program and you face all these challenges, and you now be wondering, but they told us it's double quotes. Why is it giving me error? Right. So but then you see how we were able to use the single quote and the double quote. Yes, 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 Edmond Franca. Yeah, thank you so much. So you see how we're able to use both single quotes and double quotes to do something very meaningful without a conflict, right? So, right, let's go ahead. So x equals 20. Of course, you know that that is an integer. X equals 20.5. You already know that's a float. S equals 1j. That is a complex number. Normal mathematics, right? Now let's do this. Let's do this one. I'm interested in these ones because we have not checked these data types before. I want us to see the difference between lists, tuples, and it's stuff we'll still come back to if we have time. Because I really want us to move fast, even though I still want us to understand what we're doing. Because the truth is, it's even better not to finish and you really get, you know, I really get what we're trying to do, right? It's always better that way. When you really get what we're trying to do than to now say, looks like, let's just see, I don't know if I understand or not. And then we're just rushing everything, right? Right. So let's see the type. It will give us, let me say, y. So I want to combine two types together now. Um, Let me combine. I want to also see the difference between all these types of data to really help our journey to be fast. That's why I'm combining them together. Let me see another style again. So I'm trying to combine. Uh, I'm trying to combine a list. Wait, I hope I'm not. Okay, yeah, yeah, good. I'm trying to combine a list. You can see this is a list. This is a tuple. You can see now. Trying to combine a list, a tuple together so that we can see, can quickly give us data type at once. So print type, and then let's check for y. All right, let's quickly do that. Do you see? The first one says list. The second one says tuple. So meaning that um, we should already see that there's a difference between some set of arrays, or we can call it array of data that are in a square bracket or in a what? A curly, is it? No, this is not curly, like the normal bracket, right? So we can see the difference that the first one is a list, while the second one is a tuple. So they are two different data type entirely. Entirely. They are two different data type entirely. Uh, Let me write. Just type something. All right. So let's go ahead. So the next one says range. X is range into 6. Don't worry, you'd see where we use range later. I want to be, you know, I don't want to keep um I don't want to keep digressing so that we can move right. So let's check this one too. Let's check this type. So this is a dictionary, and then this is a set. There's so many data types, very interesting stuff. This is a set. Maybe let's use a equals maybe, so you can see. So now let's just print just Z and A, right? We already know what the other two are, Z and A. So, and then let's run it. You can see set and dict. You can see. So this one, this curly brace is a set. When you go deep into Python, you understand the difference. There are data structures. They are data structures. And there is a way they work. They don't all work the same way. A list works in a particular way, tuple work another way, set work another way. A dict, look at it, dict. Dict, you can see they say name, then John, age, then 36. So it looks like a more complex and a more interesting something to deal with. So, but then we just needed to see the different types of data types. Trust me, those things we just did now, those four things, they are data structures. So let's see another one. It says frozen set. Frozen set. Don't worry, we'll be checking all that later. It said true. Of course, for some of us that did computer science in school, I don't think I have to explain true or false, right? So, but then just know that true or false is a boolean. So boolean is from bool. Then you can see this says S equals B, then LO, byte. So we're trying to uh, so this LO that you're seeing right here is not a string. Like, let me see, let me show us what I'm saying. We wouldn't just say it's a string because that B that you're seeing is it has already given it another meaning entirely. The B you're seeing, they already gave that thing another meaning. So let's quickly check what it comes out. Let me clear them so that we can always see what we're doing separately. So when I say Python script.py, you can see say bytes. So as we move on, we might not obviously treat all this, how to use all this, but I just wanted us to see the difference or different types of data types. We have byte array, we have memory view, and we have none. Somebody will still say, which one is none? So there are occasions where none is a very important parameter in programming. Uh, and you would not know now until we need to use it. So the next one says setting the specific data type. So, if you remember, I think we've talked about this earlier, where we've tried to set data type. We've tried to set string. We've tried to set int. We've tried to set float. We've done the three. So I don't think I should do the others because there's no difference. All you just need to do is the syntax, which you can already readily get online. You can see to make this a list, even if was not a list before, you can turn it to a list by declaring it as a list or declaring it as a tuple, like that. Range, dict, you are declaring it, you are telling Python that, see, this is what I want it to be. Make it set, make it a frozen set, make it a bool, make it a byte, make it a byte array, make the memory view like that. So that is I need our responses. Do we get the types of data types we just did now? Different type of data. At least you understand what we mean now when we say data type, and then you've seen all kinds of data type. Uh, if you are just joining the stream, okay, yes, Edmond, thank you for that. Thank you so much. If you are just joining the stream, please put uh let's always signify if you let me pin it up there. If you are just joining, please, once you join the stream, just say hi so that we can know you've joined and all that. uh kindly say kindly say hi. So if you are just joining the stream, always say hi. It will really help us to know, yeah. So I just pinned that. So anybody that comes on the stream would see that. If you're just joining, just kindly say hi. Kindly say hi. Don't just join and then not say anything or hide under the hood. I, I might not be able to tell who is on the stream until you say hi. So please always say hi when you join. Okay, so let's go ahead to continue from where we stopped. All right, Edmond, Frank Alpha. I've not heard from Oladimeji. Please, are you with us? All right. Who is that? Please just tell me your name. I'm seeing the Hausa girl series. I think just say hi. My name is this. I think I just always want to know everybody on the call or on the live stream rather. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Chinwe said she has responded, but her messages are not showing. Oh wow, that is very, very strange. It's almost unbelievable, right? So we need to still check. We need to still check what is wrong with our line. Maybe something's wrong with our YouTube because it's not possible for somebody, a particular person, comment not to show. The comment section is never restricted. It's free. Everybody can easily comment. All right. Okay. So, but then Chinwe is online. That's what we're trying to see, right? Don't mind me. I'm not on WhatsApp. I'm trying to pull all the data on the stream so that we can have an excellent stream. So I hope you understand that. Okay, so let's move ahead. Thank you, Oladimeji. Okay, you understand. Thank you. The Hausa Girl series. If you can type your name, it will be better. Agnes. Oh my God, it's Agnes. All right. Agnes, you're welcome. Welcome on the live stream. Okay. Let's move ahead. So now, I understand that you just joined not long, Agnes. Of course, you can always go back to the missing part. So trust me, you would not miss anything if you just continue listening from here. All right. So Python numbers, there are three numeric Python, or numeric type rather, numeric types in Python: int, float, and complex. We actually know all this. I don't think I should repeat this, right? So, but then let's just look at some intricate part of integer. Integer is a whole number, positive or negative, without decimal, of unlimited length. So you can see this is an integer, this is an integer. It can be negative, it can be positive. Float is a negative or positive number that contains a decimal. So I know that anybody that is into programming here already understand what we're talking about. So I go ahead to say that these are floats, and then I don't even think we have to go there. Uh, what other one? Floats can also be scientific numbers with an E to indicate the power of 10. So for example, now look at this. Uh, X equals 35 E3. It means that X equals uh, 35, then you now have 10 raised to power 3 beside it. So that is that zero. So for example, now this should be 35,000 if I'm not wrong. This should mean 120,000, 4 zeros. Let's quickly implement that, right? Let's quickly check. We don't have to assume, right? So let's quickly check. Let's check the two, and we can easily say x, right, plus z, right? So let's get it. What's the answer? So that would already give us what we're looking for. Let's see. Let's run our code and boom. Did you see? You see? So that's it. So you can see that um, x is 35,000. So that exponential 3, it means 10 raised to power 3. So that means it's 0 3 times. So that's 35. You can see the answer, right? 35003, right? 002 rather. And then the next one, this is 1, 2, then 4 zeros. That will be 120,000. So let's quickly relate it. Let's crystallize that too. Let's say y. We need to really understand what we're doing so as to these little things actually matters. It will not matter until you start facing real world problems. Trust me. You have to be sure what you're doing. You can see now 120,000 and then 2. You can see. So, but then you can discover that it has dot zero. Dot zero tells you that it is a float. And the reason why it has to take the value of the float is because that's the value of the largest number. And like we said, remember what we're trying to do is to actually, Oladimeji, thank you for the response on online. Thanks. All right. So what we're trying to do is to see, the difference between all these things to be sure. So whenever I see 35E3, you can see it is either small letter E or capital letter E. Also note that all these little details already matters. It actually makes you, this is what differentiates you from anybody that is just trying to learn. Learning, if you learn and you know it very well, and you know the little details, it stands you out than somebody that is just trying to be superficial about things, right? So if you see, you'd see that both capital letter E and small letter e, they are both floating point numbers because they have points, right? So that makes a lot of sense. You already know what this means. Minus 87.7 e raised to power 100. It means that the number of zeros will be 100 zeros that will follow this thing. You can see now. So very sweet, easy to know, right? So those are floating point numbers. Excuse me. So now let's go ahead to complex number. So I don't want to do much on complex number. We would be using it in some cases, but we rarely use complex number except for some very technical problems, or when you're even trying to use it to build a mathematical solution. You can easily use the complex number, right? So, but then just know that if you check the type of it to be complex, it will be complex, it will be complex because of the J that is there. That already suggests to you that in Python, you cannot use J anyhow. You cannot use this letter J, this J now. You cannot just be using it anyhow. You cannot be trying to write something. If it is not JNet, you cannot write 6J and expect Python to take it lightly. Python already thinks that it is a complex number. So note all these things, and this will actually help us. Type conversion. You can convert from one type to another. This is another interesting thing about Python. You can easily convert from particular type to another type. So for example, look at this. From, you can see x is 1. Normally it is an integer, but you can convert it to float by declaring, like putting float beside it and putting the x in the bracket. You see now, that makes it very sweet. So it means that even if this is 1 before, we say it is now float, we've turned that 1 to float x. So meaning that if you are going to print the value, if you check the data type now, or even don't even need to check the data type before you know it has changed. Let me quickly demo that for us. From the way it looks, you already know it has changed. For example, now this first one is 35,000. So let me now declare, let me say Z. I'll say float, I'll say int. So I want to turn x to integer. Do you get? So let's use another value for this, maybe a. Let's assume this is now a. So now watch me now. Normally, if I say z, remember z is now, the value of z is now 35,000, but it is no more float, it is now integer. So remember, this is what it will bring out normally, dot zero. Let's see what it will bring out now. Or okay, let me just use the 120. Let's say y here. So let's turn, so you can see now. So now let's now try to say maybe so plus a is the 2, right? So normally what I'm expecting here, you already know what we're expecting. The value we're expecting is 120,000, then 2, right? 120,000 and 2. That's what we're expecting. So, but Uh, it was floating point before. We just converted it to integer. Do we get what we're trying to do? Let me remove this so as to not confuse us. Anything that is not necessary, let's remove it. So now, if we print out this, your guess is already as good as mine, right? Should we try it? And boom. Okay. Okay, let me see. Looks like it's not still answering us. Okay, hold on. Something is wrong. Hold on. So because it's not supposed to be, hold on. It's not supposed to still be 20,000. 220,000 dot zero. The dot zero is not supposed to be there. Let's check what is wrong. Except they've updated this thing. Hold on. Okay, but then, well, let's check the data type. Maybe, maybe what we're seeing is not what we're seeing. So it might be that Python already changed it, but it's just that we're still seeing a floating point result. So now look at what we're trying to do now. Remember, we have outputted it. We have given we've checked the output. We're expecting it to just say 120,002. Then remove the dot zero to make sure it is a float, to make sure it's no more float and it's an integer. But let's see what Python says. Maybe Python still knows that it is an integer. Maybe we are the one that doesn't know. Okay, Python still say is a float. So something is not still right. Oh, okay. I'm the one making mistake. All right. I'm the one making mistake. I'm supposed to do Z here, not Y. Sorry. So it's always good to be in class and to see stuffs like this so that we can know that we are all trying to check it together, right? So I didn't check it well. I just did something wrong now. So you can see, so what we are expecting, let's try this now. Let's see if it gives us what we've been expecting. Did you see? Oh, wow. Exactly. So I was the one that made mistake. All right. So now look at it very well now. You see that normally this thing is a float. Z, we changed it to what? To integer. Z, we stored it as integer in Z. So when we're trying to print it out, it gave us integer. I think that's clear. So sorry, I was the one that was not paying attention to my X and Y and all that. So we can see that it worked. It's supposed to be normally supposed to be a floating point. But because we have already converted it by saying that int into bracket y, then it already changes it to what? To an integer. So, and then when we added to look at our output, we get integer. All right, so I think that's clear, right? All right, if you get it, say, I get it. Please, let me get our responses to let me know if we are getting what we did right now. So that was interesting. I want to believe we are getting it. Okay, so who is getting it? Who got it? Who got it? I'm waiting for I get it. Before we continue, we just have 30 more minutes. I'm waiting for I get it. And then we'll continue. Did we get what we just did now? How did we get the fact that of how this is supposed to be a floating point, but we converted it here and then it's now giving us an integer? Did we get it? Anybody wants to say I get it? Not clear. Okay, Franca, not clear. All right. Okay, let me make it clearer. Franca said it's not clear. Okay, let me make it clearer. Now, let's go back. Now, this is what I'm saying. Look at this. Franca, look at this. Uh, a float. A float. The first thing, let me and you first understand that. Do we get what we mean by a float? A floating point number. A float or floating point number is a number, positive or negative, containing one or more decimals. That is, a float will have decimal, right? A float will have decimal. That's what that means, right? So, Franca, do you get that? Do you get what a float is? That's the first step. Do you get what I mean by a float? Please, if you get it, just say yes, I get it, or no, you don't. A float are numbers that have points, that have a decimal point. That has maybe 1.1, that's a float. 1.0, that's a float. 1.00000, that's a float. 2000.0, that's a float. So that's the first thing. Thank you. Oh, you got it. Good. Now that you get that, what we mean by float. Now, if you get what we mean by float, then this can easily help us. Instead of writing it this way, let's say 12.00. Now, did you agree that the value of y is a float? Because it has a 0.00. So it's a float. So, but then we did something. We converted it. Let me say convert. Let me use camel style. Convert to floats. So I will convert to int, sorry. Convert to integer. Maybe that's why it's confusing you. So I converted y, which is 12.00, which is a float, to integer by putting integer beside it. Look at it, int, then you put into bracket y. Did you get that? So after converting it, now I now declared another number that I'm just using that number to add it, or maybe I shouldn't add a number. Maybe I shouldn't add a number. Let's do it like this. So let's print the type of y, and then let's also print the type of convert to integer. Do you get? So you can see it was decimal before. I mean, it has decimal point, but I used int y. I created a variable called convert to integer. Remember, I can still use a, I can use b, I can use anything for this variable, but I only use a descriptive name so that you know what it is doing. Are you getting me? So yeah, good. Thank you so much. So now it was initially a float, but now that I say int y, it will change to an integer. So let's print it out. Let's print out the data types. See what happens. You can see y is a float. Print type of y is a float. But print y type of convert to integer, it's an integer. So it means that y was a float here, but it became an integer here. So meaning that if I had 2 plus 12 for the y, if I say 2 plus y, let me print it. So look at what I'm saying. If I say 2 plus y, you're already guessing the answer, Abi. And I say 2 plus convert to integer. Do you know the difference? What the difference will be in the answer? Can you guess what the difference will be in the answer between 2 plus y and 2? Remember, the value of y is 12.00. The value of convert to integer is 12 because it is an integer. It does not have 0.00. Do you get what we're doing now? So meaning that if we say 2 plus 12.00, the answer will be what? 12. The answer will be what? 14, right? 14.00. So it still floats. But if we do 2 points convert to integer, it's already an integer, so it will just be 14 without the 0.00. So let's quickly run it. Let's see our answer. Do you see, Franca, now? Did you see? You see that the first one, the answer says 14.0. Then the next one says 14 without 0.0. So, Franca, please, if you get it now, let me know if you get it. If you don't get it, then I can still explain to you later, right? So, but then if you get it now, let me know if you get what just happened now. How it was initially integer, but now it has turned to it was initially float rather. Now it has turned to an integer. Let me know if you get what we just did right now. I'm waiting for Franca while we continue, because it's always good when we understand what we're doing. And if any other person is not getting it, say I get. If you get it, say I get it. If you did not get it, say I did not get it. So if you did not get it, I would know the people that did not get it. I would come probably on WhatsApp to explain better to us, so that I won't make the stream unnecessarily long. But then let me know if you get it. It's very important for me to know you are getting it. Agnes, if you are still on the line, do you get it? Okay, Franca got it. Agnes, let me know if you get it. Oladimeji, let me know if you get it. Uh, Edmond, let me know if you get it. Let me know, anybody online. I put something there. I said, if you just join in, say, please say hi. Please, let's respond. If you're just joining the stream, just say hi. Hi. Let me know the new people that are online. Yeah, Edmond understood. Thank you so much. So you can see these are little things that will stand you out from somebody that is, these are little things that will stand you out from somebody that is just doing things superficially and is not really understanding it in depthly. You would do better than somebody who is just learning with rush and then trying to learn everything. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but then uh, we're trying to make sure that we are not just rushing. We want to make sure that we get what we are talking about. All right. Franca, I get it. Edmond understood. If any other person gets it, let me know. All right. While I continue. So we are done with. So I wouldn't want to bore us with conversion. Let's move ahead. So now let's quickly go to a very interesting one. Random number. Python does not have a random function to make a random number, but Python has a built-in module called random that can be used to make random numbers. Now let's quickly try this. Let's see. Look at this. So these are interesting things. They look flimsy until you need it one day. Until you need it, they look like, oh, what are we doing? Why do we need random numbers, right? But then I'll tell you, these are very interesting things. Let's see. Let's print out something. Let's clear that, and then look at this. Look at what we did now. Now, we imported random. Random is a module, like we just read in Python, that helps is a built-in module or inbuilt module, anyone you call it. But it's a module in Python that helps you to make random numbers. So what we just did now is we told Python, we said, Python, import random, because it's the one that will help us import do the miracle right now. So we now say, okay, please print out a random number from a random range. Do you see that R-A-N-D, random range? That's what that means. From a range of 1 to 10. So it means that if we keep running this script, it will never bring out any other number as with outside. You can see it gives me 8. It gives me 8 again. It gives me 7. All the number it will bring out, it will be within 1 and 10. It will never give me any other number aside any number that is within 1 and 10. Now, look at another thing now. So let's increase it. Let's say, let me say between 10 and 100, right? Let's say between 10 and 100 now. Let's see what happens. Your guess is as good as mine, right? It starts suggesting any number within 10 and 100. Did you see 23? Did you see 25? Did you see 31? Did you see 70? It keeps suggesting numbers 11. So 69, 92, you can see. So, but then it will never give you any number outside those range. Did you learn something? Okay, Agnes got it. Thank you so much, Agnes, for the response that was needed. So, please, if you get a random number, let me know if you get random number. Let me know if you get it. If you get it, say you get it. So these stuffs are always, see, this random number now, it will be needed when you're trying to, do some things, and then you're just trying to let the computer give you any number. You don't care. You just want Python to suggest a number to you, and then you use the number for anything. So, and then you give it a range. Oh, okay, thank you so much. Agnes got it. See, so Python will give you any number. You will set a range for Python. Say Python from suggest from let me make us laugh. Let me quickly tell us one very key place that this random number is being used. When developers are developing all these, all these betting platform, all these betting platform, yeah, exactly. So they use random numbers. This stuff, this random numbers just finished using, is what they use to they attach it in their program to make their own system. It is their system that will suggest a number. Why somebody, I don't bet, so I don't really know how they do it, but then why the person that wants to bet will suggest a number. If his own number is not correlating with the number that the system suggested, the person has missed the bet. Do you get? So when they say suggest a lucky number, the lucky number, have you done all this spin too? If you have done spin before, the system suggests a number internally and say, spin, please stop at 100. And then they will now tell you to click any of the number and say, where will it stop? And then you say 10. When you say 10, the spin goes, because you don't know the number. That's so, like the same way we cannot guess what Python is going to suggest now. Can anybody guess what Python is going to suggest now? Okay, you cannot guess it because it will just suggest anything within the range. So the same way, these are very useful in developing betting platforms or things or platforms where you need a random number, right? So you can see that it is very, very amazing. That thing that we just did now is what some people are basing their whole life income on. All right, so let's go ahead to talk about the last thing before I take question. Python casting. I think we have talked about casting. Casting means turning something to another thing. We've talked about this, so let's go to something else, please. Strings. We've also talked about this. We said that we can use single quotes or double quotes for strings, right? And then, oh wow, imagine, look at all the things I just said. Look at them being used here. Look at, like that I said earlier, look at the examples here. So we can always, so I think I will drop this material, or I think I have dropped it, this link. We can always get back to check more on all these stuffs. So I don't want us to keep, waiting, keep trying to uh, repeat things. So I don't think this is necessary, right? So this is not necessary. But then you can easily learn all these things yourself. Okay, so let's now go to strings are arrays. Yeah. All right. So this will make a difference. Strings are arrays. Now, um, like array is like, when you say array of pictures, it's like an arrangement of pictures. Arrangement of pictures, right? Uh, okay. Before I continue, so I just remembered something now. If you are on the stream and you have not subscribed, please subscribe now, so that the next time we are doing subscribe and also turn on your notification, so that the next time we are actually going to even run the next class, you won't have to be waiting for a link. Subscribe and turn on your notification, so that as soon as I start the stream, you get a notification. You wouldn't be part of the people waiting for a notification on the group. So let's subscribe, and that's the least we can do, right? Right. So let's continue. Strings are arrays, uh, like many other popular programming languages. Strings in Python are arrays of bytes representing Unicode characters. However, Python does not have a character data type. So a single character is simply a string with a length of 1. So square bracket can be used to access elements of the string. So now we're now trying, now we're going to a very more interesting part. I want to really dwell here. Uh, we would go back, we'll even come back here next class. See, there's something called string operations in Python. These operations help us to be able to manipulate strings. You know, there are a lot of things that can be done, in programming. And one of the things you have to know is manipulation of data. And what do I mean by that? I mean accessing data. There's something called is it CRUD now? Somebody help me. Is it CRUD? Where we do create, read, update, and delete. Is that the full meaning of CRUD? Please, somebody help me before. Maybe you are faster than ChatGPT. What is the full meaning of CRUD? CRUD. CRUD means create, read, update, delete. Yeah, I'm correct. Create, read, update, delete. Now, in programming language, you need to know CRUD. Any programming language you do, any programming language you work on, any programming language whatsoever, any programming language, you have to understand that programming languages, one of the major operations that you use programming languages to do is CRUD. Let me type it, CRUD, CRUD. C means what? Create, right? R means what? Read. U means what? Update. D means delete. So one interesting thing about this is that when you are learning any programming language, you should be able to, number one, create something with it. You should be able to read. You should be able to know if I tell you create an object, you should be able to use Python to create an object. If I say create something, you should be able to use Python to create it. If I say read, you should be able to use Python to read something. That is, look through something. That is, check what is inside something. Update, you should be able to use Python to remove something from something and put something else inside. To edit it. You able to use Python to delete something. That is, you can use Python to delete a character, to remove a character, replace it with another one. So that is when, so it is inside these 4 operations that most functionalities of programming languages comes on. Majority of the operations of programming languages are based on CRUD, and it is right there on your chat box. All right, so now let's see something now. Now, I said strings are arrays, and then if you check, you'd see that they said A equals hello world. Now, they now say print, then A into brackets 1. I'm waiting for somebody who wants to tell me what this answer will be. Probably somebody that has done programming before can actually tell us. Anybody who can tell us what this, if I run my Python script, what will the answer be? I'm waiting for somebody who knows the answer to this. What will be the answer? What will Python print out for me? If I say print A into bracket, remember A, the value of A is hello, world. Then exclamation mark. So now I now said print A into 1. What do you think Python will print out? Can I have anybody try? Give it a try. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'll just wait for just 1 minute. Then we'll do it and then we round it up. Can anybody give it a try? Okay. Now, what that means is that while I wait for somebody to give it a try, I think I'll just keep explaining so that we can move on, right? So, what that means is that you're telling Python to access the first character, the number one character. Now, it now depends. Oh, somebody said E, 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 E. Oh, wonderful. E. Oh, wow. Edmond said E. Thank you so much. Edmond said E. That's nice. Yeah. So now one thing, so obviously Edmond got it, right? Let's check if he got it. I feel he got it anyway. But then let's check it out. And it is E. So Edmond, thank you so much. Edmond got it. Now, the reason why it is he is because Python represents positions of characters and it is starting from 0. So the first character is on position 0. So meaning that in this hello world, H is 0, E is 1. The first L is on position what? 2. The second L is on position what? Is on position what? 3. So somebody help me. What will I type to get this O in the hello? A what? A what will give me A what? Will give me that O, the O in the hello will be A what? Should we count it together? The first one will be 0, this position 0, E is position 2, L is position, E is position 1, L is position 2, second L is position 3, then O is position what? That should be 4. That should be 4, right? Let's try it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it. And O, did you see now? So this O that I printed out, it is the position of the O in the hello. Remember, there are two O there. There's O in word, there's O in hello. So the O that you are seeing, this O you are seeing on the screen here is the O in the hello because it is in position number 4. So I had to quickly introduce us to this. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so like I said 5. No, it's 4. It's actually 4. Position 4. So it's just to count it. Remember, we said that it starts from 0. So it's starting from 0. So it's position number 4. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You understand? So I just needed to introduce us to that so that we can have an idea of what will be coming. Our next Python class, which will be on that should be on Thursday. That will be our next Python class. So I'm trying to see how we can use just 2 weeks for Python. We've done something last week, then we use this week, and we should be good, right? So we should have covered all the basics. So I will drop an assignment for us right now after the call. Please let's all do it. Of course, if you have any issues doing it, put it on the group. Say there's a problem. And then for people that are just joining, we've already, in our past videos, we talked about how to install Python. Not to, you don't necessarily have to go and watch them. Just let us know what the issue is on the WhatsApp. Anybody can assist you. You would install Python, you run everything on your VS Code, and trust me, you would just be in tandem with us, and we'll all be on the same page. All right, so I hope we got something very interesting in Python today. If you understand all we have been doing in class this morning, just say I understand, I understand, I understand on the chat. Let me see. I understand, I understand, I understand. So before we go, if you have any question, like I said, please let's do it on WhatsApp. We don't want this the stream to be very long, just so that people will not get scared of catching up with us. So if there's any question based on the live stream, you can easily drop on the chat. Trust me, I would explain any means possible. And then lastly, if you ever come across this video and you're currently on the live stream, the least you can do is to uh, give it a like and then subscribe, right? That's the least you can do. All right. So I would see us all on the WhatsApp chat. Thank you, Franca. Thank you, Edmond. Thank you, Agnes. Thank you, Chinwe. They said you were trying to say something, it was not showing. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Oladimeji. At least those are the 5 people I saw on the call. Any other person that joined, thank you for joining. Like I said, just make sure that you uh, follow through. All right. Uh, I'm still waiting for I understand before I end the stream so that I can be sure that we are good. We are good. Do we understand what we have been doing? Do we understand? I'm waiting for I understand. Then we end the stream. Do we understand? Okay, Franca, understand. Agnes, thank you, sir. You're welcome, Agnes. Another person. Okay, well, okay, Edmond, understand. Of course, I might not be able to get everybody's view right, but then any anybody that comes on this video and you understand, you can even use the comments and you just say I understand, or whatever comment you have. But all right, let's have a very wonderful night. Would actually meet on WhatsApp. Thank you, everyone. Let's enjoy the night. Thank you.